So this is a quick OSL glow effect for plasma pistols and the likes. I use white ink. This is to basically set up the initial glow coming from the plasma coils. So can't really see, but overspray around the coils, and then I like to imagine how the light travels up the arm, reflects off the front of the face and chest plate, so that's how it should look. Then I hit it up with the red fluorescent ink. This stuff comes out a bit pink, but it still sells the glow quite well. And again, this time I oversprayed white, so there's a good transition from the brighter spots to the below fabric and base colours. So again, I like to imagine how the light flows from the plasma coils and hits all the surfaces around the plasma pistol. So yeah, after that, this is very briefly how it looks, and just go back and do this in a few layers. What I find with the ink is if you try and put too much on too fast, because it's quite runny, you end up with spider legs. Then go back in with the white ink and a liner brush, and I just paint the bottoms of the coils. Can't really see that well, but basically I'm just re-highlighting where would be the hottest part of the actual plasma pistol. I then like to go and do some edge highlighting on the hard surfaces, and anything that's going to be highly reflective and it's going to bounce a bit more light back than say the flatter surfaces where there's a bit of a glow. So then I go back overspray with the red fluorescent ink and do again a few layers. I'm using a finger technique to cover the rest of the model so I don't overspray too much. And you can see the glow starting to pick up now. So it's just small steps repeated. Go back in with the white, spray over the flowing. Then to basically sell the higher temperature of the coil to the rest of the model, and following the golden rule of OSL, where basically make sure nothing is hotter than the actual light source. I went back and I basically oversprayed those coils with the orange ink, and you can see already that's starting to look really effective. And yes, I go back over with the white ink again, and this time just focusing back on the coils and the actual plasma pistol itself and nowhere else. So yeah, just straight in there with the liner brush. Really easy working with the ink because it flows quite well off the brush and it gets right into the recesses, and yeah, it looks quite good. Then I go back again with the orange ink, but only with the brush this time, and basically just cover the bits that I've just done white, and that basically gives a really high value in terms of the brightness for these parts of the coils. Then finally I hit it up with this magic stuff, and you absolutely only need the tiniest bit. So I'll basically make sure I give it a good shake and then just take the tiniest bit on an old brush, and I'm literally just the tiniest amount in each of the recesses. In fact, I've probably gone overboard with this, but it really does dry very bright. And then finally I go back over with the orange ink, and all I'm doing is those points where I edge highlighted where there's some high reflectivity, or there's like point reflections or sharp lines. I go over with the orange ink just to show that these are actually glowing a bit more than the rest of the model. And that's it, and there you have it. Very quick and easy plasma coil OSL. And then of course take pictures with the exposure right down, and it looks really effective. That's the end of my first go at a tutorial. I'd recommend everyone have a go with this. Very easy. You could do it with just any old cheap airbrush. Just a case of having a go. If you do it wrong, you can always strip the model and try again. Either way, you'll have learned something and pushed yourself a little bit. A bit like this tutorial, I learned I can't actually spray paint and film at the same time. So there you go, thanks for watching.